Hello everyone, welcome to Prochem Academy. Today I will discuss in this video basic concept of organic chemistry. Already we have started for class 11 and few videos were already uploaded in the YouTube channel. That means Prochem Academy. Now today I will start the inductive effect. Now this is very important topic. If you don't know the concept of inductive effect, then we cannot explain the stability of carbocation, carboanion, stability of intermediates. So this helps us actually to explain the stability of carbocation, carboanion, and also the strength of acid and bases. So this is very important. Okay. Now so we'll start the inductive effect. So what is inductive effect here? It is we know about the polar molecule, polar and non-polar molecule. Now say non-polar molecule HCl. Now here the chlorine is more electronegative than hydrogen. So according to the electronegativity property, chlorine will attract the bonded pair of electron towards itself more because of its higher electronegativity. Okay, so this bonded pair of electron will shift towards the electron density will shift towards the chlorine. So this can be represented like this. So we can say that chlorine will get a partial negative charge like delta minus, and hydrogen will get partial positive charge, and it makes this molecule is polar. So it is polar molecule. Now inductive effect is such a effect where the electron density will move towards a particular atom within a molecule by virtue of the effect which is called inductive effect. Now here chlorine has minus I effect. Chlorine has actually more electronegativity, so chlorine is pulling the electron density from the bond which is there in between hydrogen and chlorine. So it is forming delta minus, it is forming delta plus. Okay, so this is actually the electronegativity, concept of electronegativity and concept of inductive effect. So inductive effect is nothing but the tendency or the effect by which the bonded pair of electrons shift towards a certain atom within a molecule. Okay, now it presents for an organic compound. The inductive effect term is applicable for an organic compound when the group which has more electronegativity or which has more tendency to attract the bonded pair of electron, or it can push the bonded pair of electron towards the neighbor carbons. So when an atom or group of atoms present in an organic molecule in a chain of carbon like chlorine, and also a group like CH3 here. Now chlorine has more electronegative than carbon. Chlorine is more electronegative than carbon, so it will pull the bonded pair of electron towards itself more. Now it will pull the CCl bond toward itself more, so it will be delta minus, it will be delta plus. Now the electron will be pulled from here also, attracted from here also, that means this C. It will also make this carbon electropositive. Here also it will also make this carbon electropositive. Okay, now this is called inductive effect, and here also this methyl group will push the bonded pair of electron towards the neighbor carbon. This is also inductive effect. Now here this carbon will get partial positive charge, this carbon will get partial negative charge. Okay, it will get partial negative charge. Now here there is difference between these two inductive effect. So we can classify the inductive effect. One is called positive inductive, one is called positive inductive effect, and another one is called negative inductive effect. Positive inductive effect and negative inductive effect. Positive inductive effect can be abbreviated as plus I effect, and it will be minus I effect. That means now positive inductive effect. What is positive inductive effect? It is the electron pushing effect. When a group or atom, particular atom, it tendency of a group or particular atom to push the bonded pair of electron towards the neighbor carbons in a hydrocarbon or a hydrocarbon chain is called plus I effect. It is plus I effect. This one is plus I effect. Okay, and making the other carbons more electron density will be there on the other carbons, because this methyl group is pushing the electron density towards the neighbor carbon, and it is called minus I effect. That means electron withdrawing effect. It is minus I effect is called electron withdrawing effect. Okay, and plus I effect is called electron donating effect. Okay, so these are the two, plus I and minus I effect. Now, what are the groups are there which has minus I effect? That means electron withdrawing effect, which can withdraw the electron from the neighbor carbons. Okay, now let me tell you one thing, that inductive effect is applicable up to 3 carbon. Okay, the effect of plus I or minus I effect, it decreases as the number of carbon increases, as the distance from the minus I or plus I affecting group increases of the carbon. So it is applicable up to 3 carbon. Inductive effect is applicable up to 3 carbon in a carbon chain. Okay, so now what are the groups has the minus or plus I effect? Minus I affecting group are like this. COOH group has minus I effect, OH group has minus I effect, NO2 group has nitro has minus I effect, all the halogens like fluoride, bromide, iodide, etc. all has minus I effect. And plus I affecting group are alkyl groups like CH3, C2H5, CH3 whole 3C. This has plus I effect. Now extent of the plus I effect increases as the number of carbon increases. So here C2H5 has more plus I effect than CH3. Also tertiary butyl group has more plus I effect than the isoproyl group. So these are very important, just write down. Okay, written, so I am erasing this one. Okay, so we will see now. We have done the what is plus I. We know about now what is plus I effect, what is minus effect. Okay, so plus I effect is nothing but the electron pushing effect. Some group will push the bonded pair of electron towards the neighbor carbon up to 3 carbon in an organic chain. And minus I effect is the electron withdrawing effect. That means it will withdraw the electron from the carbon or from the bonds up to 3 carbon in an organic compound. So these are the plus I and minus I effect. Now plus I affecting groups are all the alkyl groups has plus I effect, and COOH, OH, OR, that is OCH3, also the chloride, bromide, iodide, these all have minus I effect. That means it will withdraw the electron. Now this plus I effect and minus I effect can explain the stability, can explain the strength of acid and base. So today in this video I will discuss the strength of acid and base, how it explains the strength of acid and base, these are plus I and minus I effect. After that, in next video I will discuss about the carbocations and carboanions. Okay, so strength of, it is the application, strength of acids. Okay, so let us consider two acids, formic acid HCOOH and acetic acid. These two are acid. Now if anybody asks you that which one is more acid, which one is more acidic, whose acid is more strength, that means whose strength is more higher than the other one, so we can answer this one by the concept of plus I and minus I effect. Okay, so which one is more acidic, which acid is more acidic, which one is more acidic, which one is more acidic, the question is this one. Okay, so what we will do, we will expand the structure of formic acid. This one is formic acid, we know. This one is formic acid and this one is acetic acid. Now between these two, which one is more acidic? So let's expand the structure. HCOOH this one and CHCOOH is this one. Okay, now which one is more acidic? Now we know about the acid. What is acid? That acids are those, according to Arrhenius concept, acids are those substances which will dissociate to form H plus ion in aqueous solution. Acids are those substances which dissociates to form H plus ion in aqueous solution. Now to form H plus ion, this OH bond should be clipped. That means OH bond should be broken. After that H plus will be released. Now if this OH bond is it can be easily broken, then that acid will be more acidic. For a particular acid, if it can easily release H plus ion, that will be more acidic. That will be the strength of that acid is very high than the other one. So we'll see how we can break this OH bond. Now here this CH3 group has plus I effect, we know. This CH3 group has plus I effect. We can explain by this thought that this CH3 group has plus I effect. Now what it will do, it will push the bonded pair of electron towards the neighbor carbon, so as the electron density on this OH bond will increase. Electron density of OH bond increases because of plus I affecting methyl group. Okay, so here the electron density on OH bond increases. So now if the electron density on a bond is increases, then that bond will be more stronger, so it will be hard to break this bond, so H plus will not release easily. But here no plus I affecting group for formic acid, no plus I affecting group. So OH bond can easily clipped compared to acetic acid. So which one is more acidic? Formic acid is more acidic than acetic acid. Okay, formic acid is more acidic than acetic acid. So formic acid is more acidic than acetic acid. So what we observed here, that plus I affecting group decreases the acidity. Plus I affecting group decreases the acidity, and so it is plus I affecting group decreases the acidity. Now this question can be again explained on the basis of the conjugate base, formation of conjugate base. Okay, if a conjugate base which is formed by a corresponding acid is stable, that acid is more acidic. Okay, that acid is more acidic. So we can explain by the formation of conjugate base also. So what we observed here, say this can be explained by OH bond formation clip, that means breaking of OH bond, or we can explain by the formation of conjugate base. See, from acetic acid this conjugate base can form. Okay, now this conjugate base is not stable because plus I affecting methyl group will increase the electron density on this carbon, so it will be distable. So it is not stable, but formic acid is stable. So we can explain the acidity by the conjugate base also. Okay, so what we have learned here, that plus I affecting group decreases the acidity, acid strength of an acid. Okay, more the plus I affecting group, less will be the acidity. More the plus I affecting group, less will be the acidity. Okay, now consider another example. That we know acetic acid, this one is acetic acid. Now what I will do, I will replace each hydrogen of CH3 by chlorine. So this acid is monochloroacetic acid. Monochloroacetic acid. Again, if I replace another hydrogen by chlorine group, then we will get dichloroacetic acid. Dichloroacetic acid. Replace another one. What we have got? Trichloroacetic acid. Now between these four acids, which one is more acidic? So we have to see which group is attached here. In acetic acid it is normal, but here it is minus I affecting group, one minus I affecting group. Now what it will do? If the H plus ion from an acid release easily, that will be more acidic. Now here, by the minus I effect of one chlorine atom, chloride group, the electron density will move towards here. That means the electron density on this OH bond will decrease. So this OH bond can easily broken and H plus ion will release easily. So this will more acidic than the acetic acid, because acetic acid is less acidic because of this CH3 group. So the OH bond can easily break. Now here two minus I affecting group are here. So this OH bond can break again easily compared to this monochloroacetic acid. Okay, because electron density will move towards this carbon more easily. Okay, so dichloroacetic acid is more acidic than monochloroacetic acid than acetic acid. Here also trichloroacetic acid, because of 3 minus I affecting group, acidity increases. Okay, so what we have learned, the order is the acetic acid less than monochloroacetic acid less than dichloroacetic acid less than trichloroacetic acid. Trichloro. Okay, so what we have learned here, that minus I affecting group increases the acidity. More the minus I affecting group, more the, this one you have to remember, more the minus I affecting group, greater is the acid strength. Okay, so we can easily know the strength of acid by minus I affecting group and plus I affecting group. Okay, now you will see the basic strength. We will see the basic strength. We will discuss some examples here, but if you want to know more examples, then you have to ask me over comment box, so that I can make another video on this some examples with some examples. More examples, so many examples are there, but I am just discussing few examples. Okay, so basic strength. Now we know that ammonia is a base. Why? Because it has lone pair of electrons. So that ammonia is a base. Now, according to Lewis concept, those are bases which can donate the lone pair of electrons by coordination bond. It can form coordination bond with a ligand or with a positively charged ion. So that's why ammonia is a base, because it can donate the lone pair of electrons. It can donate the lone pair of electrons. Now, so ammonia is a base. Now if I replace the hydrogens, each hydrogen of ammonia by one alkyl group, then we will get amine. One alkyl group is here, so this is RNH2. Or if we replace by CH3 group, so it is CH3NH2, CH3NH2. This NH2 group is amine, so it is methylamine. It is methylamine. Again, I am replacing another hydrogen by another CH3 group. Replacing another hydrogen by another CH3 group, so we will get dimethylamine. And again, replacing another hydrogen by another CH3 group, so we will getting trimethylamine. Trimethylamine. Dimethylamine. Here methylamine. Here it is ammonia. So between these four, which one is more basic? We have to consider the plus I effect in group here or minus I effect in group here. And this is I'm asking for the gas phase only. Ammonia is a gas, so these are a gas phase. Okay, gas phase. Now why ammonia is a base? Because of these lone pair of electrons. So the extent by which, if the lone pair of electrons is easily available on this nitrogen atom of ammonia, so it can donate easily, so that one increases the strength of that means basic strength of that compound. So if in a compound the lone pair of electrons can be easily available, so that it can easily donate the lone pair of electrons. Now for ammonia, it has 3 hydrogen. It has no plus I effect or minus I effect. Okay. Now for methylamine, it has 1 plus I effective group that increases the electron density on this nitrogen atom. So this nitrogen atom can easily donate the lone pair of electrons, showing the higher basicity than ammonia. Okay. So it is higher basic than ammonia. Higher basic character than ammonia. Okay. Here 2 methyl group is here. So it has 2 plus I effective methyl group. So it will increase the electron density of nitrogen atom more than this methylamine. So it is more basic. It is more basic than methylamine and ammonia. Okay. Then methylamine and ammonia. Now here basicity is highest because it has 3 plus I effective group. Basicity is highest. So what we have learned here, that plus I effective group increases the basicity, basic strength of Lewis acids. Okay, plus I effective group increases the basic strength of Lewis acids. Okay, so today's video is up to this. Next day, if I get your comment over this topic, then I will try to make take other example to show you the basic and acid strength, or I will go into the carbocation and carbanion. Okay. So if you not subscribe my channel, then do subscribe, and if you like this video, then do like and comment and share. Thank you.